So happy Valentine's to all. When one enters into that stillness, there's no, where is there to go? What is there to do? Nothing needs to be manufactured out of that. No matter what one is doing, it still remains in that stillness. Things rise and fall in that stillness, that's all. But the stillness is not occluded. It's not lost within that, because what rises and falls is empty in nature. It's the truth of it. But that's only known when the mind falls. When it's no longer making this emptiness into a concrete, objectified existence. So from here, all that can be done is to be giving an approximation of language as close as possible to that which is beyond language, prior to language, and language cannot touch. That's why it can't be spoken of. If you speak of it, that's not it. Understand? Because there are no words that can touch it. Can never be spoken of. And those that think they have a handle on it and speaking of it, they're in delusion, because then they haven't tasted it, or else they would know it cannot be approximated by language. Ever. Only the stillness knows it, of this nothing that's to be known. So all these ones that are running around Facebook or the Advaita groups and are expounding this and that from the mental imagery, it's not it. You can't learn your way there. You can't study your way there. That's not it. No matter how wonderful one thinks it is, you know, the PhD in it, of intellectualization, is never it, has never been it. To have a belief system about it is again objectifying it, and that's not it. Ever. Sounds good to ego, one in separation, to feel some sort of connection, or, you know, to rationalize it all away. But that's another game of mind, and it's not it. Never going to be it. Turn down your sound. You know, ego in separation wants to keep it as an objectified thing. That this me is going to get, this body, this mind, this, you know, because that's what they relate to in the world. Seekers want to think I'm the center of the universe. Well, it is. They are the center of the universe in their minds. And the world revolves around them and all their very special conditionings. Therefore, I'm going to find out I'm the center of the universe. And all projects out from me. Therefore, I have my very own special truth. I want to be my authentic self with my very special truth. When all that dismantles into I have never been. I have never been born. I have never died. I have never been. The story dismantles. And what others view as an object sitting here is no longer in the consciousness. Does it mean when you look in the mirror that you don't see an object there? Yes, of course there's an object seen. Does it mean when the body has a pain that it's not felt? Yes, of course it's felt. But there is no identification in that this is a me. Just is not. I am not, nor have I ever been. When it comes to a me. I am and have always been eternally existing when it comes to absolute. That impersonalized energy of is and pure life, minus constructs. That's eternal. And never touched by any of the conditionings or the body or any of that. But how can this be explained? It's a conundrum, paradox. But it's the living reality. The life before was an imagination, a concocted drama around events. The body's like a vehicle, okay? One steps out of the vehicle. But ego is like being convinced that one can never get out of the vehicle, that the vehicle is who and what they are. Are you your car? A lot of people want to identify with their car. A better car means I have more status or whatever, okay? A better body means I have more status, whatever. But one has never been that vehicle. Neither the one drives, gets in and drives, nor the one that is, that one thinks their consciousness is locked within. And when the mind and these thoughts drop, then one sees that that consciousness is pure consciousness. It's not this revolving mind that goes from nowhere to nowhere. When that drops, then there's just that expansion of direct consciousness, direct awareness. Direct is, without occlusion. At that point, one is sitting here and it's a vast mystery. The mouth opens, it speaks. Words come out. There is no mental anything going on. The words are just appearing. They are appearing out in this phenomenal world. But to this one, there's just stillness. Nothing is happening. The eyes register something is taking place, but in the consciousness, it's still. Nothing is taking place. I can't explain it. It can't be explained to a rational mind. Mind will never get it. Mind cannot, cannot explain that, because its mind has to do with the phenomenal world. And this is beyond, prior to, runs like a thread through the phenomenal world, but is not touched by it. Conundrum. Paradox. But is. This is why one is no longer touched by the wheel of karma. Karma has to do with body and body actions. But the consciousness that's in that still point is no longer attached to the body and its actions. Neither will that one be induced or an expression to go into things that are going to cause karmic reaction, karmic bondage again. Because there's no mind play or desire to go towards anything that causes that. There's no desire to chase relationship. There's no desire to chase duality. The body does, what it came in to do. It plays it out. That's all.
It's total vairagya.
Yes, vairagya.
Lovely.
There's no attachment to these things. Things come, things go. Doesn't matter. If all of this disappeared tomorrow, it would be fine. Whatever's here doesn't matter. There's no attachment to it. It's enjoyed when it's here. Does it have to be here for enjoyment to take place? No, absolutely not. I think that's a mistaken notion too, how teachers, Satgurus, work with others. And we work with others depending on the consciousness of the one we're working with. If they're stuck in duality, and the mind of duality and the spin of duality, and they have no intention of breaking through that duality, then we deal with them on the level they're at. If they come, on the level of child to parent, we deal with them child to parent. You know, if they come with the avenue of, you know, of a student to teacher, we deal with them student to teacher. If they come in the avenue of you know, we're just out in the world, when we deal with them in that worldly manner, then that takes place. The body can function in that. Okay? Okay. They see the relationship they want to see. But the normal state here, when any of the waves of the ocean, is just that stillness. There may be surface motion that happens in the world of phenomena, but here the consciousness is in that still point always. The body does what it does in the world, that's all. With the actions, reactions of the world, that's all. When it's engaged in the phenomenal world, it acts as if it's in a phenomenal world. That's what people see. That's not necessarily what's taking place in the consciousness. Okay? So I think there's a disconnect with that, with people understanding what a guru is and what guru is not. What Satguru, I should make that, preface that with a Satguru, with a realized one versus not. There is no catching up on these things. And again, this is why I say, you know, Nityananda and the crap that he's pulling has nothing to do with being the actions of a genuine Satguru. It's just absolutely not, because one is not going to be engaged in having, you know, these sexual encounters and all of this drama. Absolutely not. Not. Well, you must be getting walloped today.
Ah,
It's been an hour and a half.
oh, okay.
Seems like 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
No time. It's what happens when I get together with Siddhananda, both being in that absolute, that 0 point. The time passes like that. The day is gone, 6, 7 hours is gone, and it seems like 2 minutes, and it's what happened. How did this happen? Where is it gone?
Like some Starbucks?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
All right, I'll head out.
Give yourself a second to give yourself a second to navigate in the world. Okay? You're pretty blitzed.
Okay.
How do you feel right now?
Good. Quiet.
Quiet, yes. It's what Satgurus do. That's the transmission that takes place to cut through the mind play, to pull one ever more towards that stillness, towards that internalization, rather than projecting out, to throw them back in on themselves, into that stillness. How can one tell a genuine Satguru? That's how. That's how. Proof is in the pudding. One draws you in, and the other, the ones that are not, project out. Okay? And that's all. So, namaste.
Okay, be there shortly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for
Namaste.
that. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.